First thing I'm going to do is lightly put in some lines to show where my sky, background, and foreground are going to be. So I think I'll make the sky like come to like here. This will be my horizon line, and then there'll be like a foreground area here where the tree is going to be rooted. And now I can start with I'm going to do a sunset. To make my sunset part, I'm going to just start off with just water on this top part. And I can use a fair amount of water. This is watercolor paint, so it's not going to buckle a whole lot, and it's not going to get absorbed. The water should sit on here for a while, and then I can put my colors on it and watch them spread out. So I'm actually putting a lot of water on here. So I'll start with my sun. This is not the brightest yellow I've ever seen. I think my brush was a little dirty. It immediately spread out. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit, show you that. Get some nice saturation of yellow there. And I happen to have orange in my palette, so I don't even have to mix yellow with red. I could just go ahead and use the orange here. And I'm just gonna touch it on here and see what happens. Oh, that's very cool. So I must have had more water right here. Go right down. That looks neat. So I'm not going to try to control this too much. I'm just going to see what happens. I could do a little dripping if I wanted to, but that's kind of interesting. Wow, it's fun to just watch that spread out. Let me put a little more orange on. And now I think I'll go to my red. You can use as many colors as you want for this, but let's try to make it make sense. So closer to the sun is going to be yellower, and as we move away from the sun, it's going to get cooler. Looks like I'm not sure if I carefully put the water here. Let's make sure there's water here. Alright, so this is actually a pretty cool red that I have in my paint set. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to keep going here, and I think I'm going to add some purple. See what happens. Wow, that's neat. We'll see what happens as this dries. I think I'll put some blue. I'm going to go ahead and use my thicker brush for the blue. It's my never quite done a sunset like this. It's kind of an experiment. I want some darker blue up top. Might even end up putting a little black type stuff up. Alright, I don't like the way my sun is looking, so I want to go in and see if I can mess around with this a bit. Go right into my orange. This doesn't have much pigment here. So I'm just kind of playing, seeing what happens. Oh, that was neat. Wow, that is cool. I think I want to bring some more red up into the sky. Not just have this gradation, we'll have a little more variety. I don't know what's going on in here, but and I don't really like my blue. I think I'm gonna bring some more red. I'm gonna have the red permeate the sky. So I guess it'll make like a purplish situation up here. These blobs in here, this is where I had more water, where water is collected. I'm not sure if I'm gonna want that there. That's kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna do a little dripping, see what happens. Go this way. Oh, that looks cool. You can't see that, but here. See it dripping down. So it's definitely an experiment. I do not really know what I'm doing here. Just seeing what happens with all this water on the paper and all this paint. I'm going to try to put some clouds. I'm going to crumple up some paper, see if I can make some cloud shapes. There's one shape. I'm gonna be kind of a little delicate, so I don't want to wreck my paper. Put a cloud up there. If I was to rub too much, it's gonna pull the paper right off. That's pretty cool. I think I'll make my paper thin. Thinner. Clouds across there. All right, that looks pretty neat. I think I'll let that dry. This white is distracting. I'm gonna make sure I don't have any white of the paper showing. That's too much, so I'm going. Just don't want any bright white showing up. Now I'm going to make reflections of the sky, imagining this is snow. So I'll use this as my palette: yellow, orange, red, purple, blue. I'm going to make thinner lines toward the top and get thicker lines as I come toward the bottom. And we made this line here because we may want to put a fence in here. I think I went a little too dark with my purples, so I'm gonna go in and just take plain water and lighten up some of these areas. I'm gonna go over with water, and then I'll carefully take my paper towel and try to lift some of the pigment up. Just kind of lighten it up. Dark in here. If you go over it too many times, you're going to start to break the paper. So don't go over too many times, but go over a few times with this paper. And that one's really dark. Let's try to just lighten it. As you can see, I'm lightening it up, pulling the paint off. This is a little dark. Basically where I overlapped the colors, they got a little bit too dark. But I also should have diluted my purple more. That's coming up a bit. Should help give it a little bit more of a softer reflection from the purple above. There's a point where it's not really coming up anymore. I don't want brown. So that's the problem of putting purple next to yellow, is purple plus yellow equals brown. I'd rather not have that. You can see there's a point where I can't pull up any more purple, but I did pull up some.